This is the book of Revelation 16, verse 14. For they are the spirits of devils, working miracles, which go forth into the kings and of the earth and of the whole world, to gather them to battle of that great day of the Most High Almighty. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harokakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is the book of Revelation 16, verse 14 again. For they are spirits of devils, working miracles, which go forth into the kings of the earth and of the whole world. And I want to play this quick clip for you. All right. Here we go.
There. You can let that breathe for 10 minutes. All looking good. I'll come back and I'll dress them.
Do you see? These are interaction nodes. If I use this finger, I can open all the doors at work, no ID. And if I just scan this in the shop, I can pay for anything up to £1,000. And look, Dad, Mom, I've just taken your photo. Send and send. It doesn't need the sound effect. I just added that because it makes me laugh.
You promised me they wouldn't touch your eyes. Not after last time.
That was years ago. Grand's had stem cells in her eyes since then.
I can't help thinking... Don't laugh. All these power cuts. Well, what would happen to you?
Nothing. What happens to you in a power cut? Nothing.
So, what about your head?
Can't feel a thing. They inserted the tiniest wafer into my brain and... Oh my God, look at the result. Synced us up. No keyboard. I don't need a keyboard ever again.
You did that by thinking?
It can't read my mind. Not yet, but the wafer tracks activity in the neural pathway and micro movements in the retina to predict what I'm thinking.
But that is reading your mind.
Let's see where everyone is. There's Aunt Rosie. She's at home. Lincoln's in school. Lee's not in school. Should be. Where is he? In the park. Don't tell Rosie. Gran's at home in the kitchen. What a surprise. Let's find Ruby. She's in a bar called the Marine Tide and she's just bought a bottle of House White for £56.
It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
56 quid for the House White?
Oh my God, how did it go, Beth? How are you? Did it work? Are you completely synced up now?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm with Mum and Dad and I've just realised you're in trouble.
You should be in college.
56 quid?
For God's sake, Bethany!
That is amazing. And a little bit like spying. What if I didn't want you tracking me?
Well, that's a good question. Can you imagine? What if your father was having an affair or something?
Okay.
You're in my contacts. That's permission according to the law.
But I still don't understand. You can run software like this on a keyboard. So why do you need the operation?
I'm trying to explain it in ways you can understand, but the connection is so much more. While we were talking, at exactly the same time, I wondered about the 80 Days of Rain, where it came from, why it was, what comes next. And I keyed into satellites just 30 seconds ago, so I can see the course of El Nino, and I can tap into pressure sensors along the Atlantic coast and barometric readings from the ships at sea. If I put all of that together, I'm there. I'm inside it, the tide, the depth of the sea, and the curl of the waves within me. And right now in Charles Street, Pasadena, a 15-year-old girl called Effany Cross has written her first song and put it online, and she's got the sweetest voice. So when I combine all of that, it's joy. In my head, it is absolute joy.
You see? You see what Esau's pushing? And you see how he's pushing it through, the different technology, right? Hey, this is all part of Esau's sorcery, or witchcraft, his different miracles. And he does this by all what? Lying and deceivableness, you see? And when you're able, to be subtle, subtle as this devil is, and very crafty as this devil is, he's able to do these things, He's able to give these different people, these different solutions or illusions, to make, to ultimately bring joy to these people's minds, as this young lady said, as she said, she likes the connection, and a lot of people will try to get synced or plugged into this type of system the same way as she is, just so they can feel of that joy and of that knowing where everyone is, without having to really hard searching for them, by just doing things with thinking or by just a click of one touch of a button, People are into that type of thing, Like we always speak of, we're dealing within a microwave generation, but, a microwave, a world where everyone wants things instantly, So I want to get this quick scripture too, and ultimately Esau is the devil, you know what I mean? And he's going to use various platforms, to get people to accept this, this way of life, which is the beast system, and ultimately it's all coming down to the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip that's spoken about in the Bible. Okay? So let's get to the point. Let's go to the book of 2 Thessalonians 2, verse 8. It says, "And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders." You see that? And this is what you have just seen in this, commercial that was just played. And I remember this young lady playing another commercial dealing with some, that type of technology before, some type of, it showed, we know as, more of going back to the beast system and the chip technology as she played, But this is how the form of Esau or Satan works, So it says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness, right? With all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause the Most High shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe in a lie. Okay? And Esau Edom really think that his new world order, his system is actually going to work. This is what he believes in his own feeble mind. It's the book of I can't think of it. That's in the book of Psalms. Let's try this. Let's go to Psalms. Let's say it's 51. No, it's not 51. Psalms 50. Let's try Psalms 50. Psalms 50. Nope. So I'll get this one. There's another one. Let's go to the book of Job, because it speaks about how Esau wants to try to fulfill his new world order or his agenda. But the Lord is ultimately going to reign on this parade. All right. The book of Job 20, verse 22, it says, "In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating." You see, and this is what's going to happen to Esau, man. While he thinks and believes in his mind that he's going to fulfill this new world order, this agenda, that he's going to have everyone chipped, right? The Lord is just going to strike him through. How's the Lord going to do that? Verse 24, "He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through." You see, talking about the nuclear missiles, man, right? And Esau's going to try to go hide in his little bunkers and his, doomsday bunkers and whatnot. But hey, the Lord already got y'all hooked where it says we're gonna be grabbing y'all out of these holes that y'all gonna be trying to hide in, or also called the earth. We're gonna come grab you out of these things, you know. Y'all gonna be trying to hide in y'all different space stations and things like that, you know. But once the Lord turns his men from fishers to hunters, the game is on, man. You see, and y'all ain't gonna be able to hide from Yahweh Shai. Y'all ain't gonna be able to hide from the chariots, you know, the angels of the Lord. You see, and wrath is gonna come down upon you people, man, because you wicked, right? So let's go to the book of Revelation, and this is a very heavy prophecy that's, you know, that's in the works, as you see. You know, it's all in the works that you see due to this COVID-19 madness that's going on. You know, they're putting the world in a position, you know, to the point where the people are going to want a solution, you know, and they're going to make this, the chip, the mark of the beast, you know, the ultimate solution for people to take, you know. So while they have these different people in dire straits and want and need, right, people are going to say, you know what, find a solution to make the world better. You know, for us to continue to go back out to the movies and go out to eat and, you know, do the things in society. People are going to want that. People are going to be away from it from so long. They're going to want that solution. And Esau's going to bring it, give it to them, you know, by the way of his carnal means, which is ultimately going to go back to the mark of the beast, the RFID chip. You know, and it's called order out of chaos. Esau sets it up. He creates the chaos, right? Right? And then he brings in the order from it, you know? Book of Revelation 13, verse 16, it says, and he causeth all both, small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Okay, so without having the mark of the beast, you're not going to be able to do things in society as everyone else is. Okay, you're not going to be able to buy or sell. Okay, you're not going to be able to do these things in society if you don't have that mark. You see, same way they're pushing that, you know, for the people that's not going to take this vaccine, the vaccine, COVID-19 vaccine, right? It's going to make it to the point where people are not going to be able to go to work, you know? Okay, well, you know, we don't know your condition is, so you can't get a job until you can't go back to work until you get this vaccine, man. You see? Which is going to cause a lot of people to take the vaccine, man. You see? And he's going to use the same platform to push this chip too. You know what? Without the chip, you know, without having the chip, you can't buy or sell. Like it says here. Without the chip, you can't go to the movies. You can't do this. You can't do that. You know? Same thing he's pushing with the credit and debit cards, you know? Most want to say you got to have the chip. All right? It's the only way this is going to work. Even my bank a few years ago, I think 3 years back, they sent me a letter in the mail. Was like, you know what? You know, this credit card, your credit card will expire within a week. Update the new one we got here with the chip in it. You know, and pretty much if you don't update it, then you're out of luck. You're not using you won't be able to use your credit card. You see, and Esau's pushing that same format throughout the world is, you know, accept the way of his system, how he's presenting it to you, or just be axed out. You see? So that's how he's pushing it. But the point is, you know, through like I said again, through Esau's deceivableness, through Esau's subtlety, through Esau's craftiness, right? He is deceiving the people, right? Using his what? His witchcraft. All right. Matter of fact, let's get that. Get a scripture with that, and we can close it out. Witchcrafts. Here we go. This one I wanted. Yep. It's the book of Micah 5, verse. I'll start at 12. 12 it says, and I will cut off witchcrafts out of thy hand, and thou shalt have no more soothsayers. Thy graven images also will I cut off, and thy standing images out of the midst of thee. And thou shalt no more worship the work of thine hands, and I will pluck up the groves out of the midst of thee. So I will destroy thy cities, and I will execute vengeance and anger and fury upon the heathen. such as they have not heard. And this is what's coming, man. This is what's coming here to Babylon the Great. This is coming here to Esau, Edom. You see? A work, a destruction that you have not have heard before and that you have not seen. You see, it's going to be, you're about to go through a way worse than what Pharaoh and his men and what the Egyptians went through. You see, because Esau, Edom, you are the new Pharaoh. You are the new Pharaoh. You are, you control spiritual Sodom and Egypt. Right? You control this place, but the point is, you know, all your witchcraft and all your soothsaying and all your wickedness, with you included, you all going to be destroyed here in America. You're all going to be destroyed, man. Right? Here in America, Babylon the Great, man. And you elites, y'all going to be saved for your future captivity in the kingdom, man. For your future captivity in the kingdom. And you Edomites, y'all going to serve your hard bondage for 1,000. And then you're going to be cast off the earth, as the scripture says. So, you know, Lord willing, I hope this is a quick lesson was edifying. Until next time, I want to say shalom.